Hey there. I know I owe you an apology for missing out last month, but my university had other plans and I had exams, so that's basically it. I don't have any more excuses. Even if I did, I would probably use them. But anyways, welcome to the probably the first and the last time I'm going to be doing this, the May and the June map of the month coverage and news coverage. Let's use the correct title. And we're going to be talking about both what we missed in May and what just went through in June a few days ago since the announcements was since it was announced. And I know it's going to be a long one, but let's just sit through it. And I hope you guys enjoy this one. And once again, since I didn't want to be alone talking to myself for more than an hour, I have Karni with me again. So Karni, say
What
hello.
up? What's up? You know me?
Yep, Karni's here, back again. Since last time he was here, everyone loved it. I loved it, and it was super enjoyable. On the last episode, we had Gorex on, and he was brilliant. We had both our webcams on, so that was kind of a new scheme. This time, obviously, we're not having our webcams on because, let's be honest, that was a bit too much work, and I'm lazy, so that's not happening. But
I would have loved to show my face though.
I mean, okay, we're both streamers, all right? Everyone's seen our face. It's nothing new. Get over it.
That's probably true. But that's kind of funny how you just like German guys, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, look, I just love Germans. What do you want from me? Anyways, so yeah, welcome to the Map of the Month news coverage for May and June. Starting off with the May first, we're going to be talking about both the May and the June 2020 winner of Map of the Month. So, first up, we have none other than Stan feat. ShondeX Arkaster Reign II, and this map was recorded by ShondeX. And I say let's just get into it, man. Oh, but dude, what?
I love it.
Oh my god, this is what I want to see from ShondeX. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been here so many times talking about how ShondeX sort of keeps his ideas very minimalistic, and I'll explain what I mean by that. But before I do that, I just want to say that the map is wonderful. I think what Stan and ShondeX did really brings out the whole Arkaster Reign theme, and it literally it just I don't think anyone could make this as good as it is, right? Let's be honest. It was brilliant. The ideas were good, and oh, the decoration just on point, man. Just on point. It felt like a little brother. Actually, you know what? A big brother in this case to the Arkaster Reign ones. But since Karni, we kind of divided. We kind of divided and conquer. I asked Karni to play most of the maps. So Karni, take it over with you. Let us know.
Well, I the thing is, I didn't even play it just once. I played it twice because I played it like a month ago.
True.
And
Okay.
I gotta say, in every way you look at it, it's like almost a perfect map.
True.
I mean,
agree
as
with
you
that.
already mentioned, it's like the perfect upgrade of Arkaster 1. Actually, I'm not even a real big fan of Arkaster 1. But
It's
Arkaster
okay.
2,
You know, it's all right. It was something
I mean,
new.
I would actually train that map. I would actually attempt a top time if I wouldn't be busy with schizophrenia. But yeah, still, the only thing I could say it's kind of a flaw is that at some parts it's a bit overfixed. Like you can abuse the scripts, I noticed. The
So
fixing
basically,
scripts.
do the
That's one thing.
part in a way recommended by the mapper and not do it that way. Basically, what you're
Yeah,
trying to
but still, that's kind of difficult. It's also difficult to like play the part wrong intentionally.
say. Okay.
But-
rather
but
rather,
that's
rather
just
just do
like
it
the-
correctly.
That's like the only thing. I mean, it's just perfect. It's also not too difficult, like maps like New Age 2 or something. It's
Okay.
very difficult, but still
highly doubt that.
you see a possibility to finish it.
Uh-uh.
You can imagine yourself if you train a month or something, you might be able to get really good results on it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, highly doubt that about not too difficult. Speaking as a regular DM player, but yes, map's good. But obviously, we're obviously here not to just talk about the good stuff. We talk about the cons as well. And I think the biggest thing that I kind of disliked about the map were there were some parts that just felt, I don't know, okay, how to explain this in an easy way, not over explain myself. There's some parts that feel like if you do them in a certain way that the map is recommended, they're gonna work no matter what. But then there's some parts which involves the pillar, the wooden pillar, and I'm pretty sure Karni knows what I'm talking about, is where you either have to slide, and you can even see in the video, maybe that was just maybe an MTA bug or MTA just fooling around. I don't know, but just from my experience after seeing the map and even playing it a little bit, and since Karni played it as well, I guess he could back me up with this. I feel like there's I feel like either I'm pretty sure it was ShondeX, or I could be wrong, but I feel like there's some parts that kind of went overboard with the idea. Like there needs to be some breathing room, right? And that's fine if there's none. The best example for no breathing room is New Age 2, right? That map is absolutely crazy. You get no second for yourself. You just going over and over again, right? But coming back on topic,
struggling to do a warp.
Exactly. But coming back on topic, like for example, if I'm giving you a good example here, there's a pod at 1 minute and 45 seconds where you more or less go on a roof and you're holding a pod, and then immediately after that you have to go roof again, and it kind of flips you over into a position that you have to basically hold yourself and not I guess get a bounce or whatever. And then immediately at 2 minutes in, there's a very I've seen people do this in HDM at Lumiverse, and it's most of the time this part doesn't really work, and I'm pretty sure
the part at 2 minutes.
Yeah, part at 2 minutes. It most
it
of the
always
time
works for me, to be honest. It always works. The problem about the 2 minutes part is not the slide itself; it's the bounce after. That's more difficult for me personally.
Yeah, but you can see where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah,
the point what I'm saying is I think there was some parts they kind of went overboard. Like there was a very good point. Pretty sure it was Brian that said this. I can't really remember. But when New Age 2 was released, I was having this conversation. It wasn't Brian who said this. It was just like everyone had the same opinion basically, right? And I was the one who said it. I said that New Age 2 forced a lot of drifts and jumps that were not necessary. Like there were just too many situations where the map was forcing you to do a drift or a jump or a bounce, where it could have been something that kind of fit the whole theme and allowed you to basically understand that the map is flowing in one theme, right? Like for example, there's a pod right before after 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That whole sequence fits together so perfectly. If you go back to 230, there's the whole sequence of that fits so perfectly because you're going backwards, and the map allows you to understand that what you need to do kind of flows in one breathing air room, right? And I know this sounds way too complicated, obviously it sounds
I understand where it's coming from. I think in terms of New Age, New Age is like the collection of every HDM part possible.
Exactly, so, right?
But other than that, I think Arkaster actually fits a specific theme in that way. It's like, personally, I would say I see ShondeX as some kind of new era of mapping styles. Like this, we already had a lot of turns, like for example, Deathstroker. I think Deathstroker was the one who was starting this for real, like this more crazy turn way of making map, or maybe as veteran. And I feel like ShondeX started this new era of going overboard with those ideas in an HCM way, where you have to make those precise and you actually are able to aim them specifically. I think that's what is ShondeX's theme in not only Arkaster but also the other maps he made this year.
Yeah, I guess that is. I think maybe what the issue for me is, since I've been part of this whole mapping journey way too long, I feel like the mapping community is it's becoming adaptable to a scenario, and I don't feel it, I just feel like it's kind of leaving us, mapping used to be something you could bring out and people would look at it and people would be like, wow, okay, that's something new, all right, let's try to copy that, right? And I just feel like ever since New Age 2 came out, everyone's just kind of evolved around HDM. HDM isn't even the same anymore after, if you look 1 year back. It's totally different.
I mean, it's just a new era. It's like Amateur Players released it the same, actually.
True, yeah.
It's just, it created a new era. That's a normal thing. And I mean, I like this new era of HDM. The only problem is that I always have every record like 20 times when I tried to attempt a map of that.
Yeah, well, it's HDM, no markers, no guidance for bodies and everything. That's gonna be the new normal, I guess.
Real.
But
you could you could say ShondeX maps are like puzzle maps. You gotta guess like 20 times each part.
I mean, that's just HDM in a normal. But I think we've made our points, and we've talked about the track a little bit. And I guess the video. You guys can see the video. You guys can see. You guys can make your own opinions and tell us what you think about this. But you know what? It's a ShondeX map. It's a stand map. Decoration's great. Track's great. It's basically whatever. It's basically what you would expect from a stand and ShondeX map together.
So whole S tier map, totally.
Yeah. So now we come to the point we talk about the decoration, tracking, uniqueness, and inspiration. So this is something new. I should have mentioned this out of the video, but I'm going to mention it now. We're going to be rating all of the maps in 4 different categories apart from the ranking. So we're going to have decoration, which is going to hold 5 points. We're going to have track, that's going to hold 10 points. And we're going to have uniqueness, that's going to hold 5 points. Uniqueness is obviously going to might be a bit biased because, let's be honest, it's all our friends, right? we might throw in a bit, but we're going to stay unbiased, and we're going to give a little bit of explanation why we chose to give that a specific amount of point. And then there's inspiration. So inspiration is going to be a free topic. We're just going to basically talk about maybe this map was inspired by someone else in a different idea in a different era and it was introduced. But let's be honest, considering more the HDM maps, we already know where the inspiration came from. But starting off with decoration, I mean, considering it kind of fits the whole Arkaster Reign, I'd say it's like a 4.5, like it's basically the same thing.
I would say actually a 5, because in terms of what the map tries to make it, made it perfectly actually.
Oh yeah.
It's like Arkaster, but it's visually, perfect.
True. But as I said, it's a map can't be that perfect. There's always gonna be something, maybe just one thing off about it, right? But
that's for me more the track. Like for example, the track would for me have 9 points because I already mentioned it's like the scripts are a bit too much. It's like it's
true.
Some parts were kind of forced to work, but it's still better than having some bugs.
To support Karni's point, the part at 4 minutes and 35 seconds is. It's just so dumb. it's so dumb.
Wait, 445.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. Like, what am I even watching at that point?
I like that one. I like that.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's crazy. It's just absolutely craziness at that point. But I can understand what Karni's talking about. It there's definitely some way too overboard. I would say way too overboard, but yeah, I would definitely come to the point where I'd say the track is definitely a 9 out of 10. And finally, uniqueness. I mean, I guess since it's a sequel to a different map,
it's a free.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's literally the sequel of same map. So I wouldn't say like it's. I wouldn't.
I mean, the Arkaster
need to know
in it
exactly
a unique series. So
yeah,
I would give it a solid 3. I think.
Yeah, I mean, basically the same, because it's pretty much it's the same sequel, man. But I do like the hunter part. The hunter part's pretty cool. So
I mean, it's finally one of those retarded hunter bounces that actually works all the time.
It's so dumb. It kind of looks fun. Like I really want to do it. It kind of looks fun.
Yeah, it literally works every time once you manage to do the slide.
Yep. And finally, inspiration. Well, ShondeX maps.
ShondeX maps. It's like ShondeX inspires himself at this point.
That's pretty much it. But so yeah, that was a very actually not that long. 13 minutes. Not bad. Last time it was 20 minutes. So it's not bad. So
improved. Yes.
Improved. Yay. All right. So that was the map of the month May winner, Arkaster Reign II, required by ShondeX, made by Sam and ShondeX. And now we move on to map of the month June 2020 winner, which is the new stuff, which we are basically all here to talk about. So we have I don't know what Scarlet and Rooster are doing. They're trolling at this point. What is this? It's level 10 extreme by Scarlet, Russo, and Excellent. And
can I mention something?
Yeah, sure.
Look, the thing is, I really love maps like this. I mean, it's like the whole new level of this, but already previous maps like, for example, Lost in Dreams 2 and Immortal 2. I just love old styles with modern parts and also like a more modern execution of the decoration style the old mappers used to do. And level 10 Extreme is like the peak of this right now.
You know what this reminds me of, Karni? This reminds me of Helios Volume 3. You know?
Yeah, for example, Helios is also one of those mappers who just uses the old style but makes it modern.
Yeah, it definitely had that. I mean, Helios Volume 3 was a bit more modern, you know, with the decoration. This is more basic with rocks and trees. It feels like an OS map, but it's not. Trust me. I finished the map, and it was not. Yeah, I topped this map. It was not easy ride in the park, right? You need to you needed to be a bit focused about it, because you know there's some parts that might catch you off guard. But
and exactly that is what makes maps like this awesome. Like you have a solid amount of gameplay. Like you don't get your top time for free. You gotta gotta stay focused. You can also WFF this in some way.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see this as a DM potential clan war map. Let's be honest.
And most of it, it's like it's something brand new. Like even though it's obviously related to old school style, it's very unique. It's very unique.
It's missing a few markers on some specific parts, like some parts where, like if you're playing this for the first time, you wouldn't know what you need to do, right? So but if you've played DM for long enough, you might understand, because there's like that thing in I don't know how to explain it, but there's like this thing in old DM players. You just know. You just know what
you just know, like, oh, by the way, I gotta go 90 degrees to the left right now.
You just know. It's like adaptation to all the DM maps that we played over the last 10 years. So
I mean, there's one thing that was pretty confusing. I would say if it's a con, it's like a con that turns into a pro, like, you know. And that's I'm not sure with this, but I'm pretty sure at some point they used magnetism on loops. Like it felt like at some point on wait, do you have the video open? Like
I do. I'm watching it right now.
140 at 140 that loop at the end, I feel like at the end you get some less gravity. Like you can steer way sharper than usually you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean,
and I think they used slight magnetism at those parts, so just to make it more comfortable. Like it's at the first few attempts it feels weird, but when you know that there's a magnetism or some sort of that, it feels just so awesome to play it. It feels so awesome.
I don't think there is magnetism, because I remember when I played this map, that's the part I first died because my car kind of spun out. So
yeah, I feel like you can just steer way sharper on that part, and I think it's
Scars and Russo might watch this video and maybe confirm it if there is a magnetism script there that kind of allows you to steer better, because that's the sort of part when you come out from that turn, that specific object isn't the most sturdy object. If you're being honest, it can really easily drift you out, like very easily, if you like not controlling your car perfectly. So maybe there is. I'm not like, you know, maybe there's not, but overall, since we both topped this map, there isn't much to talk about this other than the fact that these three mappers were so capable for adapting this style of decoration and this style of track.
That's true. Like none of those mappers has the style. Like Scout has mainly this dark speed style with the amazing symmetry.
Yeah, like
Russo
it's
has
crazy.
the crazy loops. Same with
my
Nexalon, I think, because Russo Nexalon.
You know what? I think the part you were talking about, sorry for cutting you out here, but the part we're talking about, the magnetism part, I bet that's a Russo part. It just feels like a Russo part.
Russo has a crazy style when it comes to loops.
Yeah.
Also, I gotta mention, like, for real, Scout, Russo Nexalon, in case anyone of you watched this, you're like my favorite triple mapper thing
we
in
got
this
a
whole
fanboy
game.
here.
Like for real, no joke. Every time one of those three guys, or even the three together, release a map, I'm getting so euphoric to watch this and play it immediately. Like, how was the previous map of them called? Parallax, I think.
Parallax.
I love this map. I love it so much. I love
map
stream, like.
Wait, didn't we cover that? I think we covered that, right? Like last time we were here on the video.
I think I'm not sure, but
we might have covered that. I don't know. Or
like,
I might have did it alone.
You three guys are like my favorite mappers currently, so please do more of that stuff.
All right. Just
looking
before we
forward
go
to it.
on the decoration and the point system and the rank. Oh, by the way, we. Oh man, I just remembered that. Well, I think. Oh yeah, no, man, we did. For a second, I forgot that we maybe might have forgotten to grade the last map of the month for May, but no, we did. We said it's it's an easily S rank map. So sorry, this is kind of skipped my mind there. But yeah, by the way, before we go on the decoration part of this, like the point system, I just want to say that I think maybe Karni might be right about the magnetism, because if you go to 3 minutes and 34 seconds, there's a part that there in no way in hell you have enough.
Yep.
No,
Exactly.
no
That's the
way.
second I meant.
There's no way you have no grip for
I
that.
think they used twice magnetism.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the magnetism part, which might confirm Karni's previous theory about having a magnetism part. So I guess Karni was right in that.
Cool idea. It's a cool idea, but personally, what I could
it is definitely a magnetism part. I just confirmed it. Look at 3 minutes.
The road after. But I think the previous was
yeah.
a magnet as well. But there's one thing I would like to mention, maybe in case any other mapper wants to do this. If I do something like that, and I already did magnet parts on less known maps, the thing is, what I prefer is there is this magnet object. You can use that or something else, but it's cool if you would know some sort of marker you put to make it visual, like you drive at this spot and there is magnetism, and you know it. You can visually see that there's magnetism. It could make parts like this way more comfortable from the beginning.
Yeah, probably. All right. So this is gonna be.
By the way, sorry for my crappy English sometimes.
No,
because
don't worry about it.
I need to sort my thoughts.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. That's why we're here. That's why we're talking about it. That's why we're making this. Before we go to the potential winners for May and June, I don't know. The decoration, I guess it's okay. Decoration. I mean, the whole idea was to make a map in a style that kind of hinted to old style decoration. So, I guess.
To be honest, I'd give it not gonna lie, give it a 5 out of 5 because it's like. There's nothing similar to it except the old school style itself, but it's executed so perfectly in terms of that.
I guess we're missing the big picture here. We're talking about how these three mappers were able to adapt, but let's be honest, man. These three mappers are literally great S mappers, even excellent at this point. These maps are honestly amazing. The last few maps he's turned out to the community. Like it's not a surprise. It's literally, I'm not even shocked that they were able to make this decoration. Like they could have done this with their eyes closed, man.
Like I don't wanna say like, okay, it's not just 3 points because it's you could have improved more.
Yeah, no, I'm saying there's a bigger picture. There's two sides to the story. I would say I'll give it like a 3.5, maybe close to a 4. It was great. It was good decoration. It was pleasing to the eye, so I'll kind of keep it at that. But
or maybe I might do a 4 because they could have done more, but I'm not sure if it's like intended to leave a lot of space.
Maybe that was the intention.
Because it's an old school stylish map after all, so that's like a thing for it. Anyway,
we'll give it at
4.5.
Yeah, we'll give it 4.5. We'll keep it at that. Track's pretty good. Solid 9, I'd say. Solid 9.
Yeah, 8 to 9.
Yeah, 8 to 9. Solid 8 to 9 point there. Uniqueness, probably a 4.5. Yeah, probably a 4.55 because it's pretty unique. People usually don't do this anymore, and a pretty smart idea to kind of bring the whole.
I would really love more of that. Not especially like this execution, but there's so many potential in using older styles to make them modern.
True. There's way too much potential.
A lot of space. I wonder if Helios will come back soon with a volume 4 of that kind.
I love that, man.
Surprising us with some awesome stuff.
Yeah. And finally, inspiration.
Yeah, probably every old style from 2012 and.
I'm thinking about who though.
I there's some inspiration of Dara Project actually, because those
kinda of the what is it called, the fence steel object, that kind of remind me of that.
Yeah, it has some Dara Project vibe according to colors.
Sure,
and
we'll
also
go with that.
those nightlights, maybe I don't know. I think Seabass used them a bit, but I'm not too sure about
in
that.
his OS map, sure.
Yeah, might
With
be
OST
it. So
maps.
yeah, so all Seabass times like volume 10 to volume 30, I think,
Yeah.
and Terra Project.
If
Probably
it obviously
that.
if it had more decoration, it would be definitely a Seabus sort of theme map. But yeah, I can see where you're going with that. But yeah, so that was map of the month, May and June. Honestly, pretty deserving. Let's be honest. Like
Yeah,
looking at all the other
absolutely.
maps in both the months,
Both
pretty
awesome
deserving. Out of the league. But that is that, and now we go to the potential winners of May. Starting with May, obviously, since we missed out last month. We're gonna be starting with Venom Falls 3, which is a map from Gravity and Karni. By the way, he didn't pay me, I promise. And
Should I start because
you know,
it's my map?
it is honestly, I really spend a good amount of time thinking about what I wanted to talk about this map, and I think you kind of just hear me out, right? This is a Venom Falls map. The theme, the decoration, it never changes. It's a Venom Falls map. It always is a Venom. You look at this map, even if you would have shown me in this map, mapping server, and you said, "Hey, look at this map," I'll say it's a Venom Falls map. No question.
yeah.
First question, like literally for the first thought in my mind, it definitely be it. What I like about it is that every time there's a new Venom Falls map, the track is always a bit different. I remember Venom Falls 2. I remember you told me that Gravity wanted you to make track like Presage, and that worked out. And at this time, it felt like you guys kind of went a bit different. It still kind of gives me like, a hard style WFF sort of track, and I really like that. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a huge fan of that. Also, I kind of like the your symbol at 1 minute and 27 seconds. You always have that symbol on all your maps. I like that. Talking about, but I do really like that you put in some more thought into the track this time. Before, it just felt like you were just making the track out of, as you said, quoting you, shutting off your brain. But this time it felt like you did think about the track a little bit, and there was some thought. There was an idea.
Yeah, I mean, I can say a lot about that later on because that's I can tell you the whole story of Venom Falls of the series because it might be the last part of it, like the trilogy ends with it, because I think it's a solid ending for it.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like probably one of the best ones. Let's be honest. Like it's the third map in the version, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. I think I guess the only thing that I kind of noticed was that Gravity doesn't really expand his decoration sort of like genre. Like he kind of keeps the decoration very similar, like the trees and everything. It just felt like the trees were more overused, if that makes sense. Like
I mean, he did evolve in the way that it's like at first it's way more decoration.
True,
and also
that's very true.
he used more of the rubble. It's more upper parts, like Venom Falls 2, if I remember correctly, was mainly based on water.
True.
Here you have some parts that are more higher up. Also, he used way more buildings.
Oh yeah.
No, in the previous Venom Falls,
really gives me like
2,
industrial vibes,
the thing is, in Venom Falls 2, I did a solid amount of decoration as well. Like, I did some city parts of it, but this time, he did most of the city parts, and I just did the detailing of the city parts.
Okay. I mean, I guess
the track,
the
track itself is just by me, actually. I did the whole track from start to finish.
Yeah, it
definitely had like 2 parts.
Definitely looks like it as well. I've played many Gravity maps in my time, and I can definitely tell when the map is made by Gravity or something. I have a question. About 3 minutes and 30 seconds. What happened there? What happened to all the speed? It was like there's like a very sudden pause. Like all that speed. Some parts you're going at 250 kilometer to 80, and then there was just like a subtle pause, which I love. By the way, I'm not saying that it's a bad idea or it was like a bad decision. I like it. I can see how it'd be a fitting end to. By the way, nice German flag at the end. I can see how it'd be a fitting end to a hunter part. Because hunter parts are very hard to make sometimes. Because you use all of that ideas in the whole tech, and then you're thinking, what am I gonna do about the hunter part? So you know what? Fine, good idea for the hunter part, but I kind of wished like the speed was kept. Like I kind of.
And I can tell you that there was a lot of. I deleted a lot of parts in this map actually, because the problem is, Venom Falls is like, Gravity wanted it probably a bit harder than it's now, but I think Venom Falls is like the series that is more of a DM HDM mix. Like you can't play this map if you're new to HGM and you kind of wanna just not throw your life away immediately. Like you can have some fun playing a cool difficult map.
Yeah.
And the hunter part, I think there were 3 other executions that were way harder than this one.
Right.
Because I wanted to do something with a backward, because backwards are always some interesting thing, and
True.
I have still some ideas for it. But most of the ideas were too hard, and the idea that ended up here now also had a hard execution, but to be honest, I can't really remember the old way anymore.
Alright.
So I tried a lot on this, and this part worked just fine, because the ending, you just have to hold S and you just get thrown to the left, just so smooth, so clean. I just kept it because I love the way it works, so it worked just fine.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that
Anyway,
makes sense. That makes sense to me.
Now to get to the thing, because I want to tell you about the Venom Falls series.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
The thing is, it started with Gravity's Volume 8, and I don't know if most of you know it, but Venom Falls was my idea, even though the first part was just a Gravity map. Because Gravity's Volume 6 is named Venom, and Gravity Volume 7 is Falls, and he didn't have any idea what he's gonna do, and was like, what about you just mix your styles? Like Venom has this cool HDM style, but it's not the greatest map, and Falls has this WFF style with the gaps and all. What if you combine them to one map? It could be an interesting HDM approach. And then he made Venom Falls.
I did not know that. That's actually a really cool backstory. Huh.
So that was my idea after all. But he did most of it. I helped him a bit with the
that seemed like the
also.
perfect ending then, to just end the series at 3. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I joined part 2 and all, and it ended up like part 2 was then more HGM. He said I should just actually. But Venom Falls 2 is like, I inspired myself a lot from Cypher skills and stuff, from maps that are at some servers already on DM, but have this HDM vibe to it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's how it ended up to be. Venom Falls 3, it's just a map mixed with hard DM parts or easier HDM parts. And I just gave everything I could to just deliver this feeling. Like, for example, the drift parts earlier on in I think the first minute, that part just uses a small drift. I mean, it's not 1 minute, it's 150. You gotta tap drift, and else you will just hit the fence or be too slow if you drift too much. I just want to make a lot of parts like this where you just have to slightly be skilled and with some precision, because that's the type of skill I really prefer. Like, not this hold this key and you can pass the part. Like, just aim a bit, just feel confident in what you do, and you will be able to pass the map.
Yeah, that's actually one of my that's the first thing I actually noticed when I was watching the map. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, like when I was watching that's actually what made me put this map in potential winners. That's basically that part, and there was the other few parts. But yeah, I
can't tell if there will be anything more like this I'm gonna do, but if I gonna do more HM, I will definitely do more like this. If it happens.
Cool adapting to the sign, huh? Kind of like expanding.
That's the thing. I like this more.
So, decoration. Solid 4, I'd say. Solid 4.15.
Yes, Gravity did really well, because it's like I think he reached a peak of this style.
Definitely, I think that's pretty much his peak there. So
I cannot really tell. I'm not sure if we're gonna release it, but we're already working on something new.
Okay.
On a brand new style. I hope it will work out well. But yeah, I think the Venom Falls style reached its peak at this point.
All right. Yeah. Well, can't wait to see that. And then we have track, which is. I'd say
I won't rate here because it's mine entirely.
I don't know. Track feels like maybe an 8 or maybe a 9. Like it was nice. I liked it, but what makes me want to give it an? I mean, you know what? Okay, I'm confirming. I'm giving it a 9. Because one solid reason that it's very different from the first and second series, and that's what makes me kind of play the map more. Like the first two maps weren't really, my style. Like how I played it one time and I was like, all right, cool, nice, great. And then I played the second one. I was like, this is pretty cool, and it's a good warm up when you wanna play maybe an event or something or a clan war. It's pretty cool warm up. And then 3, it's cool. It brings out the whole HDM theme out of it. So I'd definitely say 9. I definitely say a 9. And then I guess Uniqueness is pretty much a 4 at that point as well, because it's unique in its own way, since it's its own series, it's its own prequel.
I think it's especially that this HGM kind of easier HGMs has gotten pretty rare actually.
Right.
Like the most of HGMs that are released nowadays are rare, like the ShondeX maps that are definitely sorting really, really difficult, or like something like UH, it's way over the top. But even so, the maps before it are like pretty more HGM than Venom Falls 3. Venom Falls 3 is something you could probably start like a Hard Fury style maybe. It's the closest I think you could put it on, but just in way less time, because it's just not too skilled. You can pass it, but you still
easily.
gotta
it's like a
have
medium
some
map,
skills.
basically.
Yeah, like medium or easy HGM.
So finally, inspiration, and I mean, I guess since it's inspired by whatever Karni and Gravity kind of thing came up, so that Karni.
I mean, I can say Venom Falls 2 was inspired by maps like Sidra skills. Venom Falls 3 was entirely, if there was inspiration, it was entirely inspired by Venom Falls 2.
Okay.
I used Venom Falls 2 and just mixed it up with some ideas. Like I evolved some parts. For example, in Falls 2 you have this part where you drive up the one shade loop and then you gotta hold right to get roof. And when in Falls 3 you gotta hold left, and I just evolved that idea in this you gotta turn at the right point to
Nice.
make the drift. So yeah, that's the main inspiration, and the rest is just own ideas.
And well, that was a very long discussion on Venom Falls 3.
I mean, it's my map, so I can talk a lot about it.
Yeah, I understand that. Trust me, I understand that. So yeah, that was regarded by RTR. Oh yeah, just before we go on, the previous map, Level 10 Extreme by Scott Roosh, that was recorded by Ray. I call him Rahi. He hates that, so I'm gonna call him Ray.
You're right.
And next up we have Marvel Feed Chucks with JP Absence Light 2. Honestly, if I could just talk about this map in one way, probably one of the best, not in the past few months, probably one of the best speed maps. Like the decoration is so good. Oh my god, it's so good.
I mean, if I can mention something, actually I topped this. I don't know how it's with you, but I topped this actually. I found it randomly and it was like cool.
I got far. I kind of like lost my visuals, I guess, at around the end part. There's a few markers missing, so I couldn't. It was my first time playing, so I never played it after that. But yeah.
If I can say something about this map, like no bad blood with Marvel or something, but it's just I don't know much about Marvel style. That's it. But it just feels so shucks and chippy, this map. Like
yeah,
Chippy did a lot like this. Like this maps that feel like so gigantic, like it's Volume 10 for example.
Oh yeah, kind of, yeah.
And it Shooks with this decoration style and it feels so like them. It's totally like them.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think the series is made by Marvel, right? I'm not sure who made Absence of Light 1, but I think it's Marvel.
I'm pretty sure Marvel's in it. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't even know what Marvel said. I'm being completely. The realization just hit me. I don't know what Marvel's style is. I haven't seen enough maps from him to form an opinion or form a critique. I literally don't know.
The main problem I have with maps like also Shooks, but Marvel is that usually you always see them just in features, so I can't really grasp how good they are because
so true.
Most of the time I can't really tell what they do. I mean, Shooks is a bit easier because I've seen a lot with Aquil, so I know he's definitely a decoration kind of guy. I expect that
Shooks is very decoration-sided in more.
Yeah, so that I can tell, but I can't tell where Marvel's main skills are. Like, is he more of a track mapper? Is he more of a decoration mapper? What is his style in total? I've never seen a Marvel volume. I don't even know if he has them.
He has a few features. I mean, I've seen a few features from him. I haven't seen like a solo map from him, so it's kind of hard to talk about his style. But I don't know. I mean, look, the thing is, we're here to talk about the map, and we're
Yeah,
talking about
so,
Marvel,
yeah.
Shucks, and Chippy. Chippy.
I mean, in case someone of them watches it, he can say it.
I'll definitely link the video to Marvel so you can confirm it. Confirm or deny, about the style, but whatever. I just want to say the decoration is amazing. It's
True.
so good.
Nice atmosphere.
Literally, the atmosphere, the whole environment, the feels. It's oh god, I love it. I love it. That's literally the only reason I play
Kind
the map.
of, this Rhythm Uprising. I think it was named Uprising.
Volume 9 or 8? One of them.
It was Volume 8. Yeah. This giant map that his latest map. I feel like it has the vibe of this map, just with a darker theme. Like it's like this more creepier atmosphere because of this fog. It's so
I guess
so
the
dark
I guess the
everywhere.
atmosphere could be inspired by it, but honestly, Rhythm Volume 8, the track was kind of iffy. Like the whole
Yeah,
map was
true.
good. The track wasn't good.
That one feels way more comfortable.
Oh yeah, this
And
map.
I mean, it's like finally a perfect title. Absence of Light. You just nailed it. It's perfect.
Yeah, the
That's
title
what I
really
expect when
fits
you
it.
name it Absence of Light.
It kind of the whole atmosphere actually fits it, and the decoration. Honestly,
You couldn't name it better.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is the only map that I'm gonna give a decoration, track, and uniqueness full points. Like decoration, 5 out of 5.
Whoa.
Track really okay. Track might be 9.5. You know what? I don't know, man. It's just so hard. Like the map is perfect. It's perfect.
I think track is 8 for me because at some point it's hard to guess. I'm not sure if you can say, but it's Absence of Light. I think it's kind of the topic that you sometimes are struggling.
No, I understand
know.
what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. At one point in the map, it just becomes like a whole W part, which I understand, right? You're just basically holding W and you're going through it. But because of the atmosphere, it kind of like that's what allows me to just ignore the fact that it's another whole W speed map, right? But as I said, I'll definitely keep myself a bit, I'll calm myself down a little bit, and I'll say that yes, this map does come around 9. I'll say the track's definitely around 9. Uniqueness, I mean,
I'd say 3 to 4.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
It's a rare concept, definitely a rare concept, but
and a very smooth concept at that point, man. Inspiration. I mean, I guess the first part of the map, Absent Lights 1, and Rhythm Volume 8 a little bit.
I'm not sure if I don't think they looked at Rhythm. I just think there are similarities.
What
I don't think they got inspired.
Hear
by
me
it.
out, Karni. What do you think about Zebra Volume 1 as an inspiration? If the map was Zebra Volume 1. If the map
Shouldn't
was
Volume 1 and Volume 2, because Volume 2 has more of this darker vibe.
I don't know. I honestly don't even remember what Zebra Volume 1 and 2 looks like anymore. Long time since I played them. But one of those two volumes, it kind of makes me feel like it could be a Zebra map if you think about it, right? It could be a Zebra map. It's kind of like...
Zebra would execute the track more differently, but I kind of see what you mean. But no, I think they don't really had an inspiration beside their first part. Obviously,
It's just a
I think
theory anyway,
everything
so.
else was made by the decoration skills of Shucks and Chippy. And I don't know what Marvel does if it's more decoration, but either way, I'm pretty sure all 3 of the mappers are the reason why this map turned out so well. So
True.
yeah,
That is so true.
well done by all 3 of you.
Yeah, well done. So yeah, that's it. And inspiration, and finally the grading. I don't know, like an A+. What do you say? Looks like an A.
We didn't rate the last map. I mean, you should rate it.
We
I
did
think
not?
because
I think I did. Did we not?
Did?
We did.
I think I can remember it. I mean, you didn't say it's like 8
It's gonna be in the. It's literally. It's like when the video starts playing, it shows up there. So I think that's like.
All right,
yeah, so-
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's a solid
I'd say like an A+.
A+ to S-. Yeah,
Definitely an A+.
What about it?
Yeah.
definitely.
But overall, great map. Enjoyed it. So.
Okay, now we can come to one of your favorites. Let's see.
Goku! Yay! I like Goku. Goku's cool. I like it. This map was cool. This map was very cool.
I gotta say, when we two are here in the video, I think last time we didn't have a Goku map, but like, we both just love Goku, so
Oh yeah.
it's like
it's meant
we
to
can't
happen.
just sit here 3 minutes like talking about how amazing Goku is.
A little bit of a secret. I actually saw this map while it was being made. So I
I didn't actually.
yeah. You know, I mean, it's the perks of being with Goku, you know? It's just the perks.
I
of
mean, I'm
being-
also with Goku, but actually, he just, for me, he just vanished. I can't find him in Discord anymore. Like, he's gone. I can't Can't find them anymore.
I'll give
No,
you-
I can't
I'll-
find
I'll-
them anymore.
I'll give you the friend request. But anyway, talking about the map, I don't even know where to start. Like, holy, what is this? Like, this is nothing like anything.
I
what
couldn't
Goku has
tell
made.
if it's DM or HGM at first, actually.
It's both.
It turned out
it's
to be
definitely
HGM in Fox, at least.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What I can say, I'm not sure, but I think maybe there's some inspiration in this map I give him. Because, I don't know if you know about this map, but he has made this map. I don't know if he released it. I think he released it. There is this object, the Lei build. You know that there's this building with the red pillars, the bigger one.
Oh yeah. I see what you mean.
We once had our talk with that object, and he made an old school map revolving just around that object, and it's also used a lot in this map. So I think maybe there's a little inspiration I gave him on that, and I don't want to say it's a fact though. But beside that, of course, there's way more inspiration.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, it's
he used a
kinda
lot
funny.
of this.
It's kind
highway
of funny,
thing.
Karni. Like, if you look at the track really looks clunky. Like, if you look at the track,
It kind of has. I feel like he intended something like me and Brian did in District 47, because
Probably.
it has this devastating vibe, you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's
Industrial-
intended not smooth.
yeah, industrial,
It's just-
apocalyptic vibe,
yeah.
something like that, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
he
I'm
just
pretty sure it's
executed
more.
differently.
Pretty sure it's more focused on industrial though.
I mean,
you know,
I don't.
maybe
You
the
know,
red
there's a
team
thing
is kind of.
like. In fact, Goku was a part of this map for some time of the Brian map. Maybe he just felt like he wanted to execute this idea differently. I don't know if it's like that much. Probably he had this idea also before.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
I get equal vibes from it. Just the track is way more different. So yeah, it's just Goku. It's so Goku to
It's
do
so good.
stuff
It's pretty
like
Goku.
this.
Like this map, just screams Goku. It's you know, like like listen. We're not gonna talk about this a lot because you know it's a pretty straightforward map. The decorations well placed, theme fits, the track. While it feels very clunky, it is not. Like trust me, I've played this map since from the start.
same.
It might look like oh my, what is this? It feels so clunky. It's not, bro. It is.
It's kind of a smoother version of Impossible Interaction from GT Terror.
You know what? I might almost agree with that, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Honestly,
Even though I'd say I can also play this move in some way, but we're not here to talk about that.
exactly. But dude, honestly, I love this. I love this map from Goku. It's pretty
So,
cool.
yeah. So we would just go for the rating because, like, I don't know, there's nothing much more to talk about. It's like, it's
Yeah.
so Goku. Goku always revolves perfectly about his themes. Like, no matter if Ageless Void, if his DM maps like reality or something, he always gives himself a topic, and somehow he managed to do this just perfect.
Yeah, just
how
splendidly,
does he
man.
do that?
He always does it so splendidly. Never any error in his mapping. He's always just perfect.
So, if you won't mind, I would like to start just giving it
You know
Deco
what?
5,
Take
Track
it over.
10, Uniqueness
Take it
5
over.
is just perfect.
Take it over. Deco track, uniqueness, inspiration. Go crazy. In
I
one
give him
word.
full points and everything. I give him full points and everything for this because he took his topic and he did it literally perfectly. I can't see any flaw in this map. Like, the stops make sense in the map. The flow in general with those highway parts where you just have to drive over sometimes. Sometimes you just go with the walls. Everything fits in this map, and he deserves my full points and an S+.
Fair enough.
He
fair
deserves
enough.
it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, same for me. But since I'm known to be more critique about it, I would say I'll basically I think I'd take off like 0.5 out of decoration. But rather,
Not
other than that,
satisfied enough.
I literally couldn't take out any points off track. Like I couldn't. Uniqueness, I couldn't. Like I haven't seen a map like this, so clunky looking, but yet so smooth. So I could not do that. Inspiration, no idea. Not a goddamn clue what the inspiration is
Yeah,
from.
I think it's pretty
Yeah.
its own work.
It definitely.
The thing-
I think this is a definitely around between S- and S. Grade map, definitely.
I mean, I think it's like the map, you know, if you just love it love the style, you just embrace it. It's like the perfect map for you, but also you can say, yeah, it's just not my style, and in that way, yeah, of course, it's not a map you would really like, but still, it's definitely worth to appreciate
Yep,
the
definitely,
work that
definitely.
Goku has made.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. I guess we'll, land on.
So moving on to my pain, can I start with the next?
Yeah,
Because
just before we start on the next, I just want to say I just want to say that since this is going to be a very long video, this is going to be a two-part video. So
see.
it's going to be two-part series basically. So there's going to be a part 1 and a part 2. There's this whole episode, and
I think we should finish May.
Yes.
I think.
Yes, I say we. I mean, I looked at the time and we're already 50 minutes in, so it might
we're
be
almost
too
an
much
hour.
in. So I think this is a very good topic point for this episode. We talked about Stan, ShondeX, Arkaster Reign II, Level 10 Extreme, great map. May we talked about potential winners in May. We talked about Venom Falls 3, Absence of Light, and Witherest. And I think we should be able to finish in the next episode. So I see you guys in the next episode. This is where we're gonna end off.
Yep.
And the next episode is just gonna basically take off. So it's gonna be from the same area. Don't worry about it. You're not missing out from anything. Next up, we are talking about.
My pain.
Next up,
I'm still shaking with fear after yesterday.
it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But so in the next episode, we're gonna be starting out from where we left off. ShondeX with PZ, ethereal ability, and then there's one more map in May, and then we finish up in June, and then finally we talk about the maps that need to be mentioned. Basically, honorable mentions, which was our whole idea before. So I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching this one, and make sure you check out the next one as well. Take care. See you in a bit.
Sayonara.